Hey guys, welcome back to some more Gilded Guardians. Before we get into the video, we are over on Token Trove, and as you can see, we have Tianlong, which is one of the best heroes that we have within Gilded Guardians. We are going to pick up a copy in here so we can actually start using this, and I hope that it works. It seems like we're having some issues with it, but I think this is going to work to go ahead and get us in here. And there we go. We are going to approve that transaction, and it is done, which means that when we hop over in the game, it's going to take a couple minutes. There's going to be an update, and we'll be able to actually see the hero over here in Gilded Guardians. And of course, it'll pop up with some notifications. Now their assets have been synchronized. And now looking at this, we got the new Radiant Guardian, which again, we want to build out. I want to talk about the referrals in today's video because this is super important. You get a ton of resources out of here, but also I want to look at our weekly ranks. So right here, we are 33rd. So overall, look at that. We're getting 80 diamonds. We're getting some of our tokens out of here. Now, of course, I'm hoping with the new hero, we're going to be able to make some more progression. Rush results, we didn't do too well, but we did get some of those rush coins in there, as well as the diamonds. And then the arena, we did get 800 arena coins. So definitely wanting to claim all those. Pretty good. 680 diamonds. That's going to allow us to do some summons out of there. And of course, like we talked about the referral, but first I want to look at my Guardian. Let's hop in the vault, and this is how the transfer happens. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to transfer the hero, and there is the new hero over on this side. This is a hero, unfortunately, we hadn't had at a point. We're saving up, going back, kind of back and forth to see the hero that we wanted to pick up. And there we go, guys. There is the new Generation 1. You talk about a hero that looks just absolutely breathtaking. Hydra's Intelligence Redeemer Mage. Now this, of course, is the first mage hero that I have, and I've been using Atticus. Now Atticus is one that unfortunately we are going to reset, so we are no longer going to use Atticus as our damage dealer. And the way that I'm going to run this is looking at here, we're going to gain 94 levels right in here. Then, of course, the skills are going to go up dramatically. But looking at the build is I am running this hero, and I'm actually running this hero, of course, in combination with Grizel. So Grizel has the ability to trigger multiple ultimate abilities just based on her abilities. So this is going to give us the ability to essentially AoE with this hero a lot more. And again, we talked about a couple different heroes, a couple different possibilities that we're going to pick up. This is where we kind of landed over on Discord having a conversation. Now, of course, also has crowd control. This is going to be huge, and it is also magic damage that this hero does possess. So I'm hoping, again, this is going to be a game-changing hero. Now, of course, we need to get some gear in here. We're going to have to build this hero up a little bit. Then the Enlightened. So to get this hero Enlightened, even though we just picked up a copy, that is right, it is taking another copy. So we do need another copy of this hero to go ahead and build this hero up to a higher Radiance level. But as you can see right there, the hero is Radiant and is 5 stars. So we're going to have to see, because going from 50 to 85 is a pretty good increase. But I think overall, it's going to be really effective with this hero. And I'm going to have to check out my gear, see if we can get some gear that is very specific, because even looking here, very specific to the hero that we're looking at, equipping the best gear on our damage dealer. And boom, that is giving us two very, very powerful. Now, of course, looking at the tier 2, tier 3 gear that we got into, I want to build this up a lot further, and I want to get these heroes kind of built out a lot further than where we're at. And again, it's going to take a little bit of crafting out of here to get another set of gear. And then, of course, we do have our tanks. So right here, we have Praline, which is our warrior. We do have Takati, which is essentially the tank that shields the other hero. And then, of course, like I said, we have Grizel, who is following Tianlong, which I'm going to have to get some more copies of. And then, of course, Aquarius, which I think I don't have to buy the hero. Since I have the hero now, I believe I can buy some of the hearts. I'm going to have to look at it and see exactly what it is. But like I said, we want to look at the referrals. So looking at the referral piece coming up here, and I actually want to swap this to the hero we just picked up, because that hero is just absolutely awesome looking. So that is really, really cool. I'm gonna have to change some of these, but looking at the settings and looking at the view my referrals, that is right, guys. We are full on referrals, so we'll pull some diamonds out of there. Look at the summons. There's 1, 2, 3 more summons. Then, of course, we do get a lot of these energy potions, which is really cool because we can use those to go ahead and craft a lot more diamonds in here. And I wish there was just a collect all. But looking at the referrals and getting referrals in this game is really, really huge I mean, look, even here on Killer Cat, we have gotten everything out of here. Looking at all of the rewards that we still have to get within there is going to be very cool to see. Now, of course, Hero Showcase, let's go ahead and drop out two of these heroes. And I want to drop out, we'll put him in there. And then let's drop out Ashwin. We used Ashwin for quite a while. And as of now, not seeing an incredible amount of utility with the hero. And I kind of fell off out of formations a little bit. And look at that, guys. I even want to put Tianlong kind of right in the middle, but we're going to have to craft a lot more gear out of here. Again, we've been kind of working on getting the tier 3 gear. And if you don't know, you can combine these. This, again, was a pro tip that was shared from a viewer saying, hey, if you need more room in the bag, you can go ahead and you can do those. Now, of course, we got some of those energy potions. We can use a couple of these and do the exact same. So I can go through and I can actually craft up a bunch of the gear as we're going through here. It's going to take a little bit of time, but of course we want a full set of tier 3 advanced gear for the new hero we got, so we can go ahead, and I'm sure it's going to be sometimes, very rarely you get the legendaries, but there we go. So we forged a piece of gear. Now, of course, we need more of those thick branches. So out of my inventory, we do have a couple chests in here that yield those branches. So we'll go ahead, and these are not the thick ones, but we can convert them, and I believe it's 3 to 1 to actually build them up, or it might be 4 to 1 to actually build them up. So looking here, we already got the weapon. Let's go ahead and craft us a hat. Boom is just going to be another elite. And I know gear is really suffering in here. We're really stretching it very, very thin to get this new hero, to get some gear on the new hero. Then, of course, we do have a couple other chests in here. Again, just to fill up that inventory, get some more of those branches. And then we can also do some more crafting for, we have the, let's go ahead, get the chest piece. And I thought the boots we already had. I'm gonna have to look, because I did think the boots we already did have. Now, of course, we're gonna go ahead, burn through a lot more energy. Wanna make sure in our chest that we're not going over 35, which there we go, we're at 35. Pick that up as well. Then, of course, burning through the rest of our energy. We'll go ahead, we'll craft a pair of boots. That is going to be it. Now, of course, we don't have any gold or anything to build these up any higher, but when we look at our Guardian itself, we'll actually have the ability to throw some gear on there versus any, and I'm going to have to see exactly how it's going to work. Again, we had a 10k HP, we added some hit points, we added a lot in there, and I'm hoping that looking at, again, our new Guardian, that we're going to have the ability to be followed. That's going to be one of the big things. We might have to gain a couple more levels on here, but we have to make sure that Praline is not the hero that is going to be followed. So I want to hop in the adventure mode, and I want to test this hero out with you guys, and let's go into the Mire of Truth. Now, of course, this is one we cannot finish. So I'm going to break out my 2 tanks just like we normally have. Now, I usually put my damage dealer right in the middle. Let's see what we can do in here. And I'm hoping this is a real game changer. If not, a money well spent. I mean, still an NFT, still has value, everything like that. So let's hop in here and see exactly what this looks like and try to get through these formations. But I want to see what hero is doing. See, and they are following Priel. So we're going to have to figure out Priel exactly how we're going to get this. Now, there's the alt. Which, look at how cool that is. Probably the absolute best hero that I see. Now, of course, looking in here, we have not had the opportunity. This is literally, you're witnessing it with me, the first mage that we have ever used in this game. And I feel like, again, level wise, building them up a little bit further, gonna make a big difference. I need Grizel to follow the hero. That way, again, we can have ults a lot faster. But we do pick up the shielding with Praline. Then, of course, let's look at the damage. I'm kind of curious where the damage for the hero is falling in just based on the build. And again, I know we only have tier 3 gear. But let's see where we're at. Even there, all of the damage is coming. And this is the reason why players, and why the very required hero to have Priel, that is the reason why we said to build Priel early, is pretty broken right there. So Guardians are the highest power, gain 200 energy, frontline get energy, and then of course Guardians. Let's go for a lot more crit. And I'm wondering one of these combats where we have the hero ult. I want to see where where we do pull off an ult. And of course, boom, there's the ultimate right off the bat. And it looks like it's not insta damage, like it's kind of, you can see the floating kind of sparkles all around everywhere. And of course, we do have our dailies that just came up. I want to see there's energy, frontline, and allied within the enemy half. There we go, guys. So the ult is a massive, massive damage dealer there. Let's go for an extra 100 energy. And I'm thinking, because we had been using Atticus, and literally since I've kind of started playing this, we've been using Atticus for quite a while now. We don't need any healing, so I'm going to pick up some of those coins. Let's see what this elite looks like. Now, remember, Atticus doesn't have, I don't think there's much really damage with Atticus, which is the reason why kind of on a much, much lower tier. There we go. So there's the ult. Rizal, of course, going to throw up the shielding in here. And the ult is still going on. So it is literally kind of on the battlefield almost that entire time. Now, it's funny because this was a battle we actually couldn't get through, and the enemies were healing faster than we could kill them. So I am happy, and I cannot wait to get that hero up higher. Guardians have 15 to reduce enemies hit and healing. Let's go for, at the beginning of battle, we'll get a lot more attack. And I'm hoping I can hit up a merchant in here. We need to finish this out. So if we finish out the third zone, we'll actually have the ability to craft higher gear. So this is one of the big reasons why we do have to really push this a lot further. And I'm almost wondering, pay attention to the top of this with where we're getting towards the end of this. So right here, we have one, then we have a camp, then we have our endpoint right there. I'm not really too worried, but there is the ult. And look at that damage. Guys, 1 tick. 2 right there. Wow. Tianlong, I want to see the damage in this one. That is really, really, boom, 304. And I cannot even imagine when we get this hero built out and built up a lot higher in there. So I'm thinking we're going to be able to get through this one. Now, again, before we did this one, we could not get through here. And look, the Dragon Swarm is already up. Look at that. Full again. Wow. I am very, very impressed. So 200 right there. We're going to have to get the highest energy in there. All right, here's the camp. We're going to pick up our quick buff. Again, I don't want to get a rune. Let's get the Inspire. I think this is going to be what the boss fight. There we go. And let's see what the damage is here. You talk about really having a good one for the first mage. All right. Let's see what we can do on the boss. So the ult's going to go off right off the bat. Boom. And the boss is taking a lot of damage right off the bat. There's the immunity. There, of course, is the shielding aspect. So there's the shield from Priel. Yeah, I'm thinking we got this one down. So that was a stage. Again, we couldn't get through. We ran that a lot of times when we were running an Atticus, and that is a big, big difference, having a hero that can do a lot more damage in here. We're going to continue it, guys. Let me hop in here. Let me do some summons. But that is an absolute game changer. Of course, summons. We're still looking for Oxalis. We have 19 stones. We have quite a few diamonds. Anira, we do not have either. So both of those, unfortunately, we have not had the ability to get copies of either of them. There is another Thorit. Guys, I think Thorit, I might have to go through and recycle some of these heroes. I might have to go through and actually recycle some of the copies of Thorit. I believe now I have like 5 or 6. I think I do have 5 or 6 copies of Thora right now. I'm going to have to look at recycling some of these epic ones as well, just so we can get a lot more of these stones. Now we're 52 of 60. I think it's going to say we still can't summon. Nope, there we go. So let's just go over a little, which boom, there we, oh, another Tybor. Now Tybor, unfortunately, that's another one that we used Tybor for a little bit, but then we ended up swapping out Tybor. Tybor didn't seem super effective, but even looking here, that is our second copy of Tybor. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in. That way we do have a Enlightenment. So we have a 6-star right there with Tybor. And again, even looking here, guys, we have Grizel right here. We have Grizel right here. We just need a lot more resources, and we will be able to, which actually Grizel, yeah, we need 2,000. But my healer from 30 to 50. Now, of course, this is based on HP. I'm going to go ahead and enlighten her. Going to 5 just like that, it's 8,000 HP. And again, we're going to have to focus on getting another copy of this hero. Again, I'm going to have to look at the hearts, if we can use some of the legendary hearts. And I believe we can to actually build him up a little bit further, which would be cool. That'll be really, really cool to see. And again, we need to get some higher gear, even getting some tier 3 gear. We're going to have to continue to build them up. But let's see. I think it's going to do the same. It's going to say we're full. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through and recycle a lot of these Guardians. Common and rare, of course, are kind of a given once you get to the point, but 30 and 15. And again, yeah, we're going to have to. We have 53 here. Might allow us to do one more. Our final one is our last summons. We get, boom, look at that, another Tybor. So we're 3 for 3 with legendaries out of there, guys. So that is pretty darn good. And again, Oxalis and Anira, we do not have any copies. We haven't even unlocked the heroes as of yet. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.